So once we're done sculpting and shaping this material, and if you look at that restoration and at polymerize, you can see that area of translucency and the differentiation between two surfaces. Now, how are we going to block that out? You've got that excess light shining through the restoration that shows the differentiation between the restorative and the two surface. And I see that many times when people come in because they don't use what we're going to use right now. And we're going to show you that. What we're going to use is a series of materials called Opaquers. And the opaquing system that we use, a creative color, that's from Cosmedent. And we're going to block that shine throughout. And let's talk about what Opaquers should do, okay? It should produce opacity while color blending at the same time. What does that mean? That means you need a series of Opaquers where the color matches the material and matches the true structure that you're doing. Most opaquing systems don't do that. In fact, the only one I know that does that is the one we're talking about today. Okay? It should block light transmission and the excessive translucency, and also the undercolor any undercolor that you see in there. We're going to talk about this throughout our presentations as we go along. They are value increasers. If you want to increase the value of something, you take the opaquer of choice of the color you're using and you place that gingerly and slowly, and you'll gradually see the value increase to where you want it perfectly, and without over excessive opaquing, because this opaquer increases value in real thin layers. And it's used to mask dark areas of all kinds, whether it be the one we're working on, which is a hypertranslucent area, or metal, or unsightly color, anything you want. You're going to see that throughout all these presentations. And they should be used sparingly. That means that when you use them, you should use them what I call gingerly, and you'll see it being used off the tip of the brush. Where are you going to start this opaquer? You're going to start it on the middle of the bevel, never past the end of the bevel, and you want it on the bevel so that you get a perfect blend from restoration to structure. If you put it too high, you might be able to see the opaquer. So it's got to be on the middle of the bevel and then blended towards the defective area. And what are they for? It's to help create invisibility. That's my whole premise of bonding. You don't want to create a filling, whether it's a class 4 or class 5 in the size or whatever it is, okay? You want to create an invisible restoration. You want to recreate the life of the tooth. And you can do it without over preparation. That's the beauty of minimally invasive dentistry, and that's the beauty of the technique I'm going to show you. So, here we are opaquing, and I started on the middle of the bevel, and you can see that material on the end of the brush, okay? And then I'll start to just smooth it off. And what I did is I started on the middle of that bevel and brought it down towards the incisal edge, and then I took the brush and sort of just flattened it off. And you can take these brushes. Brushes we use are also Cosmedent brushes. There are all kinds of brushes out there that you can use. You use the brush of your choice. These are very nice brushes. And what's nice about them is that they don't leave streaks or scratches. They're a synthetic fiber, and they're wonderful to use. And you can shape them any way you want once you prime the brush. But we go ahead. So if you take a look, you can see how we use it off the tip of the brush and gently blend it from the beveled area towards the incisal so that we get a uniform look, taking it from an area where you can see that translucency to an area where the translucency is blocked out.